whippings like, I got. I had to be home early. My mother kept, close tabs on me, and she was a strict disciplinarian.
So with me, it was kind of a little bit of almost the opposite, but and you live and you learn, because I know, like, my mom gave me, I would say, a good amount of freedom growing up. For you who don't know, I was raised in St. Louis, Missouri, and I definitely think that we had, good trust, but you allowed me to have a good bit of freedom, and sometimes though, those things
A little bit too much.
a little bit too much. Those.
And let me just say, in that process, because I just want to go back for a minute to what I said about my mother being a disciplinarian. Because of that, I vowed, I don't want to be like that, So you didn't get, whippings like, I got. But, there were times when I was just kind of at a loss for how do I get this child to do what I need her to do without being my mother. I remember one time when you were like 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, and you didn't want to wash the dishes. And I was like, Nia, you need to go wash the dishes. And you said, oh, I'll get them later, I'll get them later. And it just, I kept saying, Nia, you need to go wash the dishes. And you kept saying, oh, I'll get them later, I'll get them later. And finally, I got angry. And it sort of snatched you up a little bit and swatted you on your bottom. Can I say that? Okay, so you took off running to your room. You got inside the room and you barricaded the door with a chair. And the next thing I know, I hear, 911, 911. And I'm like, oh, snap. I'm a lawyer. I'm an officer of the court. And my daughter's calling the police on me. So I just lost it. I started running through the house, trying to get in the room, pushing at the door, and I got the door open. And I looked at you and I said, Nia, what is wrong with you? And by that time, the phone rang. And I was enraged. I mean, I was totally enraged at that point. But when the phone rang, I thought, that's the police. So I picked up the phone very calmly and I said, hello? And the police woman said, ma'am, we got a 911 call from this number. And I said, oh, officer, I'm so sorry. That was my daughter. She was upset because she didn't want to wash the dishes. And she should not have called you. And she said, all right, instead of, let me come over and make sure you haven't killed her, she said, don't let this happen again, and make sure you teach your daughter not to call the police. So then hung the phone up and I turned to you and I said, I cannot believe you called the police on me. And you said, do you have any idea how hard you hit me?
Look, you should always advocate for yourself.
And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe.
That part. And just so you know, my channel is a lifestyle channel. Make sure you check out all of my content. I have a video popping up right here, so definitely watch that next. Again, I hope that you all are healthy, happy, loved, and at peace. Be blessed. Thank you, Mom. I'm so glad that you were here.